Hello and welcome to another member-only opportunities update. For everybody who's new, you can find all previous opportunities videos on Discord. There's a altcoin videos channel, and all the previous opportunities videos are on there. In these videos, we're looking at possible trade setups for coins that have recently moved quite a bit, and certain interesting developments and charts that show some promise. That show some promising developments. And some are only for the watch list, but some show some potential. Okay, so we're looking at Mask, a coin that we've been observing for a while. Again, bear in mind, this is a higher risk coin due to the chart history, but it has moved up in 5 waves. It came down into the green support area. Mentioned to you, this could be a good reversal area here for the larger wave 2. It was, I missed an entry, very honest with you. I wanted to buy at around 190, but that's what happens sometimes. Then I was waiting for a 5 up to confirm that a low is in, and we've got the 5 up. Okay, so very nice move. 5 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and within the 5th wave now also 5. I think we are now moving down in wave 2. Next possible entry point. So this one worked out. This one worked out as well. We did we did go below it a little bit. So anybody with a tight stop loss might have been stopped out there, but that was also a good setup. Anybody who's not getting the gold because you might not be a gold member, this is a setup I discussed on the Signals channel. So now we are coming down here in wave 2. I'm going to give you the next possible or likely reversal area. That will be the one for the wave 2. And this is the one where it should ideally turn around now to put in a 3rd wave. And this is now where it's getting attractive, because if it does that, we are going to come down. We should move in this 3rd wave. And I'm going to give you now the lowest possible target. It can still obviously go higher, but the lowest possible one, if we look at 1, 2, now the 3rd wave, 368 for the 3rd wave. That's minimum target the wave 3 should do. If it doesn't get there, it's not a wave 3. But and if you have a question about how to scale in or whatever, just take a look at the it's all explained in the live streams, and the educational material describes which live streams are useful for scaling in and scaling out, education, how to do that. Okay, so the next one is AVAX. AVAX, not really a coin where, oh dear, just seeing that now. Okay, oh dear. Okay, so this I need to rethink now what's going to happen here. So that probably means, oh dear. All right. The opportunity is gone. I don't want to chase this. But it's a coin, we defined here an orange support area a few days ago. I communicated that even in the videos, and we are pushing higher. However, we never got the wave 2, or maybe we did. And this is, to be honest, how it's looking for me, that, well, this could have been an extremely shallow wave 2. And this is now a 3rd wave. There is not enough structure yet for me to analyze this, but it's certainly now probably something for the watch list to wait until all 5 waves are complete. This would again form a wave 1, and then going down in wave 2. Now we see a very interesting development across cryptos now, while we see this, that a lot of them are putting in serious impulses. I mean, I am still expecting a lower low for Bitcoin, but I'm of course noticing these impulsive waves, which are stronger than some of the ones that we have seen previously in the bear market. It's by far not enough to say that AVAX has exited the bear market, but I think it was right on time that we started to track this. I started to track this on in the videos a few days ago again, because we had a potential impulse, so made you aware on time. And also here the orange support area was defined. Possible long entry area, and well, we're moving higher, but without the strong retracement I would have liked to see, so we probably have to wait a little bit for that. TRIAS is something that we discussed previously in a live stream, and it's a coin that also was supposed to get into this area, so that worked out. I think we looked at it when it was here. I mentioned to you this most likely a B wave. We're going to come down in C, which we're doing now. We're reversing in the area, and we could now put in this 3rd wave. So that's sort of, as long as $1.09 is holding, this target for the 3rd wave should take us all the way up to 335. So that's something to watch here. that could certainly now take us higher. Confirmation that we are really going higher would be a break above best indication you get is 191, a move above 19 or 192. Okay, but yeah, this is doing what it's supposed to be doing. TRIAS. Looking at mask, talked about mask already. Chili's is one that probably also has 5 waves in now off the low. It's the less reliable chart because of the strength of the pullback back in December, but nothing is invalidated. So this is still, and I never changed it here on the chart, a 1-2 setup, which now has 5 waves to the upside in. So a move down in the wave 2 support area is probably coming and expected, in my opinion. I think this wave 2 should get into the region between the 50% and the 78.6 retrace, between 10.3 cents and 11.2. What I can imagine, obviously this is going to happen in an ABC. It could very well be this is only the A wave. We're going to move up in B and come down in C then afterwards. So don't be surprised if we see a bit of a move up. If, however, we break above 12.6, then the low was already in. But I don't think it was. Looking at BNB, I discussed it today in a video, just sort of to reiterate. I think we've got the next entry area for the wave 4, for the wave 4 coming here between 262 and 267. If we drop below 262, it indicates that a high is already in place and we're probably going to come down. However, as long as we're holding 262, this is a scaling in area to trade the remainder of the third wave, and then possibly trade wave 4 and 5 as well. MATIC, no change really. I mean, this should ideally turn around. If it breaks above 90 cents, we have a right mess, because then it challenges the higher level assumption. But the problem, and I explained that in the Polygon MATIC video, it would be neither bearish nor clearly bullish above 90 cents. So it would make it a bit difficult. Really only have this because the longer term expectation is here that MATIC already has the bear market low in, so it's certainly a medium term, long term opportunity coin. GALA also still in the wave 4 support area. No surprise that we're retracing quite a bit here. Ideally it should hold above 3.4 cents and can then move up in a wave 5. I can't really give you a target yet for the wave 5 because we don't really have a confirmed low. So again, as long as this downtrend is happening and continuing, and there is no reversal signal, you know, it's going to do exactly that. It's going to continue. We can define here some kind of a trend line. I would say as long as we are below this trend line, is probably going to continue to move down here. This becomes something like a descending wedge, not a very clear one, more like a channel. But observe that, and if we start to break out of this channel to the upside, it could indicate wave 5 is starting. Target for the 5th wave, I will give you here a rough idea, should be around 5.6 to 6.9 cents at the moment. That's sort of quite broad. We will be able to specify that further as we go higher. Solana, I have this because we are also in a short-term possible trade setup here, and it's this green support area. So I mentioned to you earlier in the video today that as long as we are obviously here in the channel, you know, it's going to come down, but a break of the channel to the upside would indicate that we get one more wave up in 5. Ideally, it's doing that, and that would indicate even stronger that we have a low in place, or at least a more substantial low. Not necessarily the bear market low, it's a bit too early to confirm that, but a more substantial low, and then we could obviously come down in wave 2 and move up in wave 3. If we break below $15.17, we are already coming into the wave 2 support area, and then would have a chance to scale in here for a long trade of wave 3. Atom, yeah, one unfortunately that didn't even get into my target area, so I had a bit of a wrong count here. Well, not necessarily a wrong count, I think, but a count that assumed that the wave 2 would be, you know, as it would normally go into the region between 50% and the 78.6. But I have to assume this was just a very shallow wave 2. It's not a very clear count, not a lot for me to work with. So take this with a pinch of salt here. But it is certainly possible that we are now putting in a third wave. But I don't like this structure at all, I must say that. Yeah, it's unreliable and this could fail. Or I might have to change my count because I don't have a lot of visibility of what this is, to be honest. Yeah, it could be a lot. Target, however, for a third wave, if this is a third wave, it should take us to $13, but there are certainly more reliable charts out there with a clearer setup. This is going on anyway already, so yeah, I'm not too happy about this, but opportunity coin, because the low could already be in here. To be fair, we missed a few support areas down here. It was a bit of a mess down here, so it did even miss this yellow one. So yeah, but this could all still be corrective. So personally, I would avoid this at the moment, because it's not really doing what I like it to do, and therefore it doesn't really confirm my assumptions. Therefore, it's yeah, unreliable. I don't really. This could of course move up from here, but I mean, I did say alternative wave 2 low here, but what is this? You know, it's, yeah, I will, I count this as a 1-2 at the moment. Observe if this is a wave 3, but it might change. Optimism, yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Also reversed in this support area. That was also a trade setup, a 1-2 setup that could have been traded. Now pushing higher. Ideally, we are now reaching 147. No indication that we've topped yet. Could also have been, you know, doing some kind of a wave 4 here, and we'll see one more wave 5. RUNE, sitting between the fence here, or on the fence. Blue count and orange count, both possible. Yeah, what that means is the blue count indicates we haven't seen a low. The orange count indicates we have seen a low already. What we're waiting for to confirm that the orange count is in place, which would indicate a reversal, a greater reversal, is we need to see 5 waves up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it's a diagonal, the chart needs to prove us that this is actually reversing. So if you have a diagonal pattern, not an impulse, you want to see proof. Otherwise, it's extremely unreliable, and it could just be an ABC as well. So at the moment, what I wait for is a move higher, make a higher high than wave 3. We've got basically a double top here, not yet a higher high. I wanted to go at least, or ideally, yeah, into the 150, 160 region for this wave 5. But if it breaks down the blue count, it should do it now. Otherwise, we could go with the orange count and then have 5 waves up, and would wait for an ABC down, and also will define a support and scaling in area probably for the next opportunities video, or I will post it in signals. GMX is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I think in the previous video we were here. We're waiting for the wave 4 retracement into this orange resistance area. We are now there. Can still go a bit higher to $47, but if it goes above that, we are probably already, we have to assume that the low is already in. At the moment, I assume we still get a 5th wave down in C of 2, yeah, into this area between $30.40 and $37, from where we could then rally in a 3rd wave to the upside. So that's a possible trade setup if we get that, or if you can spot, and there is no signal at the moment, but if you can spot here a reversal down, it would be an idea to short the 5th wave, but there is currently no signal there. QNT, yeah, you know, it's sort of still what I'm thinking about. I mean, this isn't opportunities because we are basically here in a long-term wave 2 support area. I mean, we left it already, but this is currently not short-term bullish, at least not yet. It would need to break above $127.35 to indicate a more substantial low is in, and we start to rally in wave 3 to around $400. I'm starting, the longer this sideways movement takes, I'm thinking, is this still a wave 4 triangle, yeah? Because it's not going up bullish, it's not going down bearish, you know, it's sort of sideways, corrective movements up, corrective movements down. Maybe CPI tomorrow will provide some clarity, but the longer the sideways range takes, I start to think this might still be the wave 4 actually. But primarily I'm still waiting for one more low, unless we go above 127.35. And GALA, lastly, because we have a bit of a trade setup here, it's also here, this support area. Did I talk about GALA already? No. Oh yeah, I did. No, I wanted to cover Mana. Mana. Because this also did what it was supposed to be doing. But yeah. So we obviously were here. I made my Mana video, said we would probably get into the green area to max out wave 3, which we did. Then defined already for you a support area for wave 4. We are in there now. And there's a probably possible setup as long as we're holding 37.1 cents to go higher here. Let me just double check if I've drawn the fibs correctly. Let me just do that again. Want to make sure. I just want to make sure that I've got the right fibs here. Yeah, it should go down to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I could, to be on the safe side, in order of setting stop loss, we could even say it has the possibility to go down, depending on, because it could be that we've done this already, yeah, and that this is already this wave 4, and I don't really want to put you at risk if you really trade this. So I personally would probably set the stop loss below 35.8 cents. Just in case we come down to the 50% retracement, just in case the count isn't correct, because there's a primary and an alternative. Primarily, I would rather go with the count and say that we are in the small wave 4 now, and then support is 37.14 cents. But if we're already in the larger wave 4, then support is at 35.8. They're fairly close together, so be ready for both. But as long as we are holding, especially at 35.8, we can still put a higher fifth wave in. Yeah, but yeah, that's where we are currently. These are the opportunity coins. Let's see if we if the charts can deliver on these setups. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.